My parents warned me not to look out the window at night. I just discovered the horrifying reason why. Ever since I was a baby, my parents had one rule: don't look out the window after dark. No exceptions, no explanations. I never questioned it growing up. Everyone in our town followed the same tradition. We just accepted it as normal, like not walking on the grass at the cemetery or keeping your porch light on during storms. That changed when I went to college 3 states away. My roommate thought I was insane when I refused to open the curtains at night. Dude, it's just a window. He'd laugh. That's when I realized how weird my hometown actually was. During Christmas break, I came home for the holidays. I was 21 years old, studying engineering, living on my own. I decided the rule was ridiculous. Whatever my parents were afraid of, I could handle it. The first night back, my mom reminded me at dinner, "Nathan, you remember the window rule, right?" She said it casually, like she was reminding me to lock the front door. "Yeah, Mom, I remember," but I'd already made up my mind. That night, I woke up at midnight to scratching sounds outside my bedroom window. Soft at first, then more insistent, like fingernails on glass. My hand reached for the curtain. The fabric felt ice cold, even though the heater was running. Just as I was about to pull it back, my phone buzzed on the nightstand. Text from Dad, "Don't." I froze. How did he know I was awake? How did he know what I was about to do? Then I remembered something I'd buried deep in my childhood memories. When I was 12, a girl from my school named Sarah Chen was found dead in her bedroom. The police report said it was a break-in, but I overheard my parents talking. Her window was shattered from the inside out, her curtains were torn, and she'd been trying to leave town. My dad boarded up my windows that same afternoon, even though nothing had happened to me. He spent 4 hours drilling thick plywood over every window in my room. When I asked why, he just said, "Safety reasons, son." The scratching got louder, more aggressive. Something was definitely out there. My phone buzzed again. "Dad, I'm coming upstairs. Do not look outside." But curiosity won. I'd spent my whole life following this stupid rule, and I needed to know why. I yanked the curtain back. At first, I saw nothing, just darkness and the pine forest beyond our yard, silhouetted against the moonlight. Then I looked down at the tree line. There were hundreds of phones mounted on metal poles, all facing our house. Security cameras everywhere, their red recording lights blinking in sequence. Motion sensors lined the trees like Christmas lights. Thermal imaging equipment pointed at every window. But that wasn't the worst part. Standing between the cameras were people, real people. At least 30 of them, all wearing the same dark uniforms, all holding tablets, all watching our house in complete silence. My dad burst into my room, not with a gun or weapon, but with his phone in his hand and a look of pure terror on his face. "I told you not to look," he whispered urgently. That's when I saw the app he was running. A map of our entire town, every house marked with a green or red dot. Our house had just turned red. "What is this?" I demanded. He pulled me away from the window and sat me on the bed. His hands were shaking. "The town has a problem," he said quietly. 20 years ago, a tech company bought all the land surrounding us. They promised jobs, development, prosperity. What they actually wanted was a testing ground, a controlled population for their surveillance systems. "That's insane. Why didn't anyone leave?" "They tried." His voice broke. "Every family that tried to relocate mysteriously had their finances destroyed. Job offers rescinded. College acceptances revoked. Some people just disappeared." My mother appeared in the doorway, packed bags in hand. She'd been crying. "The window rule exists because once you see the surveillance network, you're marked as non-compliant," Dad continued. "You become a problem. The watchers know you've seen too much. They know you're planning to leave." "How long have you known?" I asked. "Since before you were born. We've been planning this for years." My phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "Mr. and Mrs. Chen tried to run with their daughter." You know how that ended. Sarah Chen, the girl who died when I was 12. "We have 20 minutes before they come for us," my mother whispered. "Your father set up a dead man's switch. If we don't check in, everything we've documented gets sent to every news outlet in the country." Dad grabbed a duffel bag from the closet. "I've been recording everything for 5 years. Every camera location, every bribe they paid to local officials, every family they've destroyed. We weren't the first family to break the rule and try to escape, but my dad made sure we'd be the first to succeed." As we loaded the car, I saw our neighbors watching from their darkened windows, curtains carefully closed. They all knew the rule. They'd all stayed compliant. We drove through the checkpoint at the town border, my dad's finger hovering over the send button on his phone. The guards let us through. 3 days later, the story broke nationwide. The tech company collapsed. The town was freed, but I still can't sleep with my curtains open.